Jackson, Mississippi. It is a football Friday. Free for all. We're here. We're here. We're here. What is everybody up to? We should call this a no prep Friday, because I have just jumped. Yeah, apparently I am not ready. I sat down and started taking some notes, and I was like, let's just get on here and have some fun tonight. We'll discuss high school football. We'll discuss national politics, local politics, a little bit of everything. So let's see. A little update here on some football from Jake Wimberly on Twitter, assuming this is current. 4 minutes ago, Brandon and Gulfport are in overtime, tied 13-13. If we get an update or one of you guys see an update on that score, please let us know. Go Brandon. I will. I do have my biases. I'm going to pull for the local team. So, all right. Crystal.
Clay.
Can y'all hear Crystal tonight?
Can you hear me?
We busted back out the old mic because it can pick up me and the person beside Crystal, pick up more than one person better. The other one sounds a little better, but this one picks up more stuff. All right. We got a few folks in here, so we'll just kind of jump into it. How's everybody doing? Y'all please hit the share button, hit the like button, all that fun stuff. The more places you share this, the better it does for us. It helps us out a ton. We definitely appreciate it.
Miss Eileen said yes, can hear her but can't see her.
That is by design. Crystal is very photogenic. She just does not a friend of the camera. She prefers to be off camera.
I hate it.
So that's cool. To each their own. Look, it is tomorrow is a day that a lot of us never thought would come. I mean, I guess deep in the back of my mind, I always hoped it would, obviously. But we were really worried about it and worried that the national media and the Corona bros and the Corona girls and the crazy media and the Karens of the world were going to stop college football, particularly SEC. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow the SEC kicks off, and I just want to say this, and we said this a few weeks ago when high school football kicked off. I just want to say thank you to the players, to their families, to the coaches, to their families, to the administrators, and to the conference presidents and leaders, and the athletic directors at the schools. Yeah, everybody involved. It was real easy to look fake brave and cancel everything like you were doing something. And some of y'all did, and all of them are backtracking now, with the exception of the SWAC and a few others. And I understand why they're not, because their budgets depend so heavily on playing FBS games that are, conference bowl teams, Southern Miss State, your big team, Power 5. I had a brain fart there. Playing those big money gigs that I understand why they canceled. I do. And I understand why they didn't reschedule their season right now. So I get it. So we'll see. Anyway, thank you. That's all I want to say. I don't care who you pull for. A few months ago, I did tell y'all a lie. I said that I would be okay with Ole Miss winning the national championship if football happened. I lied. I take that back. Now that football's happening, I withdraw that statement from the table. Mm-hmm. Go to hell, Ole Miss. Hell State.
Okay.
It's football season. We got to have fun again, right? Mm-hmm. So, Anyhow, I play around. I'm just so glad that we're going to have college football, SEC football tomorrow. All 14 schools are playing, 7 games, easy math there. The as far as games that concern us, the early game is Florida and Ole Miss. I saw a ridiculous video today of Ole Miss cheerleaders teaching Ole Miss fans how to do the new land shark first down. Terrible.
Where's my phone charger?
They're going to lose by 100.
Thank you.
And then you have Mississippi State playing down at LSU at 2:30. So, if there was, look, I'm not a foolish fan. I've never said anything ridiculous sports related on social media. I've never got mad and burned all my Mississippi State stuff.
That's a lie.
That's a lie, she says.
You did.
I did burn all my Mississippi State stuff one time on Facebook Live. Dan Mullen was wearing shorts. I can't help it. What can I say? They lost to South Alabama, and I got big mad, as the kids say.
You're a madman.
I'm mad. Mad X2 times 2. So look, as far as Mississippi State goes, if you ever had to go to Baton Rouge to play the defending national champions for the first game of the season, this is maybe the year to do it. I mean, I'm not hopeful. I'm just hopeful that it's a good game. But you only got 25,000 drunk Cajuns at 2:30 in the afternoon instead of 120,000 drunk Cajuns at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Be a good time either way.
You're telling me there's a chance. They lost a ton of players, a ton of coaches. We've rented this really cool barn-dominium, as I call it. It's half condo, half barn, half party pad out in Brandon. We're going to be out there all weekend, having a good old time, watching football. Off work tomorrow. Super excited about that. Been about a month or so since I've had a Saturday off. Man, we're excited, man. Who do you pull for? Drop your team in the comments. Let's have some fun tonight. Not a serious show. We'll jump into a few things. We're just gonna have a little fun with you guys. So I'm on Outkick.com. We'll keep it sports related, sort of. Just kind of strolling through. Outkick's one of my favorite sites. You know, they kind of report sports, and then they have a little fun as well. If you're a Clay Travis fan, you know who they are. I'm just seeing if they have anything worth talking about. All right, so Florida Governor Ron DeSantis lifts state pandemic restrictions on restaurants. I posted about this on one of my other pages today, and I said, you know, Florida and Mississippi are a whole lot alike as far as climate and weather and the way the populations, you know, are kind of on top of each other or not, and we're actually kind of spread apart a little bit. If Florida can do it, Mississippi can do it. Let's lift these restrictions. Let's let these restaurants and everything go back full speed ahead. No reason not to. If you don't want to go out and you're scared or you're at risk, stay at home, boo-boo. That's what we've been saying all along. You take care of you. We'll take care of us. There's no downside to that. If mask works so well, yours should work good enough. That's all I got to say about that. Not going to take a long dive into it. Hell State. Anyway. All right, let's bring it back local here. There were some things I wanted to talk about that were a little bit more serious from WLBT.com today. Did y'all see where a former child social worker here got arrested for violating children? Terrible, terrible story. Let's see here. Ex-child protection service employee charged with sex crimes against children. This is horrible. First off, she ugly. Tishomingo County, Mississippi, WLBT. A former Child Protection Service employee is charged with sex crimes against children. Lauren Cavness, 26, from Tishomingo County, is accused of acting inappropriate with children who are under her care. A grand jury indicted Cavness this week on charges of sexual battery, 2 counts, child exploitation, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. She's currently out on a $70,000 bond.
Uber's calling me. Hi.
So, crazy deal there. Crystal had to leave the room for a second. She ordered some waiter from Arby's, and apparently we have the Uber driver's number saved, and they're calling to say they're here, and our Uber driver is also the waiter driver. So back to the story. This is on WLBT, and this is absolutely disgusting. I have no other words for it. It's a white lady. You know, race is a big thing on this page. We're always talking about white this, black this. So we're going to call a spade here. And I don't understand what's going on with these people, but it's absolutely disgusting. And the fact she even has a bond is more disgusting. I know you're innocent until proven guilty. I get it. But I think there's some crimes, if there's enough evidence and it's legit, I think you gotta sit down. You gotta sit down until it's your court date. Let's play it all out. When it's children, it's hard to say, you know? Or it's not hard to say. Let me rephrase that. It's really easy to say. Don't let their asses out of jail. So that's on WLBT.com. If you haven't seen the story, seen what the girl looks like, you can go check it out there. Let me see something here. A little bit of sports. Let's transition a little. You should hear Crystal out there telling the people, you better have my sauce. I'd hate for you to have to go all the way back. That Arby's sauce is the real deal. Don't get all the way out here without the Arby's sauce. Let's see. Like I said, man, this is just a little free-for-all show. If y'all are here for anything structured or whatever, you're probably on the wrong show tonight, man. I'm just going to have some fun. Let's see, man. My buddy just texted me, says, hate to bother you on the live feed, but send me the link to the Redneck Riviera in Brandon Height. Yeah, man, we're staying at this awesome place this weekend, dude. I'm telling you, man, it's this Barn Dominium, and I'll share the link after we stay there publicly. It's this big barn out in Brandon that they've turned into a condo. It's got 2 bedrooms, a movie theater, a huge patio, zip lines, hiking trails, all kind of stuff. Me and Crystal just going to hide out for the weekend and watch football in the movie theater and inside it. It's so cool. Super excited about it. I swore I saw some other stuff. Let me see here. It's so weird. You know, you pull stuff up and you go live and it disappears on you. I'll use this as an opportunity to mention our sponsors. Father and a Son, Southern Lawn Care. Hit up Danny White and the crew. 601-301-3210. That is Father and a Son, Southern Lawn Care. Danny White. 601-301-3210. And then my favorite, hit them with the flex location in the city. It is the gym at Byram. These, as far as I'm concerned, the premier health facility in central Mississippi is right here in Byram, located at 136 Byram Parkway. That is right over there on the side of Walmart, right behind KFC and all that. I hate to mention a fried chicken joint and a gym in the same spot, but just so you can find it. Full service, swimming pool, basketball courts indoors, tennis courts outdoors, cross-training area, weights, cardio, female-only workout area, cafe, the whole 9 yards, tanning beds. It is the spot. thegym@byram.com, or give them a call at 601-372-2229. And all my friends that keep texting me wanting the link to the Barn Dominium, I will text it to y'all when I get off the radio or get off the live stream. So I'm telling y'all, it's super cool, and we are super excited about it. Another great locally owned place right out there in Brandon, man. Airbnb. You just never know what you'll find on there. Here's a score update. Copiah County 31, Aloysius 0. Yep, Clint, another body was found in Jackson today in a church parking lot. Don't know if it was a murder or not, but we'll find out. Theoretically, in Jackson, it could just be a junkie that fell dead or anything. You know, I hate to speculate. Actually, I don't hate to speculate. It's Jackson. It was probably a murder, and they'll release the details, and it will be either number 91 or number 92, depending on who's keeping count. For whatever reason, they're not counting the shooting at the M Bar a few months ago because they're not investigating that, but it clearly happened on camera in Jackson, so therefore it is a Jackson murder. But so it makes you wonder how many of those have gone on where it's like, well, the state is investigating it, so we're not counting it. It makes no sense to me. So another story that really jumped out at me today is, this is on the Jackson Jambalaya. That's kingfish1935.blogspot.com, or just type in jacksonjambalaya.com. I think it also comes up. A carjacker carjacks a car on the same day they were supposed to be in court for carjacking. You cannot make this up. Only in Jackson, Mississippi. 17-year-old. And I thought about something today concerning 17-year-olds in this city. Really disturbing trend now that I've been looking more and more at the numbers, but we'll get back to that. Frederica Brunson was supposed to be on trial last week on several carjacking charges, but instead decided to go carjacking. JPD tweeted yesterday. Juvenile male suspect Frederica Brunson Jr., 17, is charged with armed carjacking after a vehicle was taken at gunpoint from a female in the 700 block of Glen Cross Drive last night. Officers captured Bronson and recovered the vehicle shortly after. So here's the story. Carjacking is what young Frederica loves to do. A Hinds County grand jury indicted Brunson on July 26, 2019 for 1 count of carjacking and 2 counts of armed robbery. The crimes were all committed on March 8, 2019. Brunson has also been charged with aggravated assault since the indictment. A judge set his bond at $300,000 for the charges at the preliminary hearing. Attorney Trent Walker argued in a motion for the bond reduction. When taking these 8 factors on balance, it is clear Mr. Brunson should be granted bond reduction. Mr. Brunson is a juvenile being held at the Youth Detention Center and was a high school student in the Jackson Public School District at the time of his arrest. He has resided in Hinds County and his family, and with his family for his entire life. And they have been present at all of his previous court appearances. He has no criminal history. He has no criminal history since he is a juvenile. For the same reason, he is unlikely that he is a flight risk. Since he has no means of supporting himself due to his age and no exposure to any other region to which he might flee, he should be granted a bond, which is reasonable to assure his appearance, but does not act as a pretrial punishment. The bond was reduced, but the record does not state the amount of the new bond Bronson posted bond. He was supposed to appear at his trial on September 14th, but did not appear in circuit court. Judge Winston Kidd issued a bench warrant for his arrest. Brunson allegedly carjacked a woman yesterday. You know, man, that's so stupid. But so as I go through a lot of these murder stories and homicides and news stories and all these things, something I'm really noticing a lot lately is we have a really high number of 17-year-old murder victims and 17-year-old murder suspects. Earlier this week, on Officer, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, the officer who was murdered on the street named after him, there's been 2 murders this week, and one of them was a 17-year-old. You know, that appears to be a very important age for our young men in Jackson, Mississippi. 17 seems to be the age where it's risk it all. It's let me show these older folks what I'm about. I don't need nobody, whatever the case may be. And I remember being 17 and kind of feeling the same way. 17 seems to be a very, very important age to pay attention to what your children are doing. That's all I really had to say about that. If you have a young man in your house, young women as well, but women aren't the ones turning up dead. You have a young man in that 16, 17-year-old range, really, really pay attention to what they're doing. That's all I'm just telling you. The numbers will back it up. You can do the research yourself if you don't believe me. Watch what they're doing, because it's a very, very influenceable age. Influenceable. Pretty sure that's not a word, but I just made one up. Let me jump in the comments here real quick. So, something else, a little national news here. Like I said, it's just a Friday night free-for-all. I'm just bouncing around a little. Did y'all see where Joe Rogan is catching a lot of flack from the liberal employees at Spotify? They demand that his show be censored and edited and all this other stuff because he doesn't recognize something trans-related or something crazy like that. They about to be the weekly winners of the F Around and Find Out award. They're going to strike if Joe isn't edited and censored and all these other things. Well, they're going to lose their jobs because Spotify just paid Joe $100 million. And I just don't understand why people think everything's supposed to be edited and censored and all this. If you don't like something, don't listen to it. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to if you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. If you don't like it, don't go to it. Like I never understood, and I still to this day, even as 40-something years old, if you don't like the strip clubs, don't go to them. They're buried off in a corner in Jackson. You ain't got no business around anyway. I mean, you're not saving anybody. If you don't want to go to them, don't go to them. If they're not going there, they're going to go somewhere else. If they're not stripping there, they're going to do something somewhere else. Don't worry about it. I just, people trying to, and what's funny about it is these are hardcore liberals that are doing this, and they're supposed to be the people that are so uber about free speech and free this and free that, as long as it's what they agree with. So, I don't know, man. Clint talking about the Daily Wire and Shapiro moving to Nashville. All kind of, so this is kind of backtracking a little and talking about like digital networks and whatnot. A lot of people are moving out of California. A lot of these podcasts, blogcasts, vloggers, whatever you want to call it, digital networks, the Daily Wire, or is it the Daily Caller? Which one is Ben Shapiro? The Daily Wire. The Daily Wire is moving out of California. Ben Shapiro's got a staff of 40-something people, and he's moving all of them to Nashville. Joe Rogan. It's only like 2 people in Joe Rogan's universe, him and his producer. And then, of course, his family, and they moved to Austin, which, I don't know, other than being in Texas, Austin's another liberal hellhole that I would rather not be in. It's basically Portland in Texas. But to each their own. Alex Jones is based out of Austin. So I guess there's something good there. Yeah, that's a great point, Clint. It says people don't want to hear your opinion. They want to hear their opinion coming out of your mouth. That is very well worded. Absolutely. That is exactly right. People want to hear what they like coming out of your mouth. In other words, if not, it's hate speech. Very, very true. Couldn't have said it better myself. I'm going to check out one more thing here. We're going to jump into some high school scores. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing another show this weekend, but the place that we're staying has Wi-Fi inside now, and they didn't originally when we booked it. So we will most likely be able to do a show this weekend. I don't know if Crystal's going to let me. She's like, leave it at home. So let's see here. Here's some scores. MRA 51, Bay Springs 10. Jackson Academy 41, Pillahatchee 0. Wow, I had to take a double take here. Taylorsville 47, Jackson Prep 37. That feels like an upset. I don't know much about Taylorsville, but that feels like an upset. Jackson Prep losing to Taylorsville. Copiah Academy 31, St. Aloysius 0. Park Lane Academy 39, Brookhaven Academy 7. This game is showing to still be in the third quarter. Take that for what it's worth. Hartfield Academy 28, Oak Forest 21. Greenville St. Joseph 25, Central Hines 6. Canton Academy 19, East Rankin 0. Manchester Academy 54, Delta Streets Academy 16. Humphrey and Yazoo County did not play. Velma Jackson 28. Madison St. Joseph 0. All right, we do have a final in the Brandon Gulfport game. Brandon 20. Gulfport 13. Brandon has won 2 huge games in a row. Shout out to the Brandon Bulldogs. Right out there in Rankin County. Good job, Brandon. And here's another big one. Pearl 42. Petal 39. Huge win for Pearl. Pearl and Brandon were supposed to be having down years this year. Started off a little slow. Big wins for both of them there. Pearl 42. Petal 39. Brandon 20. Gulfport 13. All right, another big win. This is huge here. Northwest Rankin 46, Meridian 12. That's a big one. Looks like Lloyd, Starr, and Mize did not play. Louisville 21, Yazoo City 0. That game is showing it at halftime on WLBT's score tracker. Lawrence County and Wesson didn't play. Morton 15, Lake 7. Holly Springs 32, Kosciuszko 6. Newton 6, Hazelhurst 0. Here's a big one here. Warren Central 23, Germantown 10. That is final. Franklin County and Raymond did not play. Leake Central 35, Forest 28. Florence 6, Collins 0. That's showing in the second quarter. It is awfully late, so I feel like that might not be right. Pisgah 14, Europa 22. Pisgah loses in overtime to Europa, 22-14. All right, here's the big. This is probably the biggest game of the night in the Tri-County area. Madison Central 35, Clinton 14. Big win for Madison Central. Madison Central might be on their way to a state championship this year. I know that they lost to Brandon last weekend, but 200 yards and penalties, two touchdowns called back. Crazy game. But Madison Central 35, Clinton 14. Richland 7, Choctaw Central 2. Ridgeland 40, Canton 12, Vicksburg 23, South Pike 22. Looks like McLaurin and Puckett did not play. McGee 54, Crystal Springs 14. Jefferson Davis County 46, Mendenhall 12. That is all the listed scores I have for tonight. Crystal, how did the phone call with the waiter driver go?
Well, she was upset because when I ordered Arby's, the one on Ellis is not even open anymore. So she's been sitting down there trying to figure out what to do. And she called me, and they redirected her. And so now she's picking up our order from a different location.
So either Highway 80 or High Street?
Yes. Highway 80.
Highway 80. The one on Highway 80 is brand new. That's right across the street from where I work. It's nice.
They made her pay for my extra cheese sauce, which I could not get online. So I'm going to pay her back.
That's a nice lady.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice. So, Friday night in the Jack. You got to get your Arby's when you got to get it, you know? All right, look. So, that was the high school scores. We ran through all that. Look, man, I love seeing our local teams do good. I'm not married to any of them. I went to Byram. It got torn down. I never went to Terry. So I don't dislike Terry. I just have no personal affiliation with him. I pull for Hillcrest. I pull for Brandon. I pull for Pearl. I pull for all these kids around here. I really do. I just like watching good games.
Danny said, there you go. She has a mic now.
I know. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Danny talking about that. Yeah, man, we're just excited. Let's see, Clint, man. You're on fire tonight, Clint. A lot of great comments here. Let's see, with the SEC beating up on the SEC, how many injuries do you think we would collect as a whole? COVID may not be the concern. SEC got raw deal. Everyone is a competitor. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you who got the raw deal is Arkansas. Whew. Man, Arkansas, they have the chance to have the greatest or worst season in football history, because if they can win some games, it could be a big, big year for a new coach. Here's what I'm interested in seeing is the way you're seeing these high school games fall off the map like they are with barely any announcement is I know that it's tight for these college teams. Let's just say that Crystal's got our waiter drivers calling again. So let's just say that
You hear?
I was going to let her finish. So anyways, let's just say that Mississippi State's supposed to play Alabama. Ole Miss supposed to play Alabama. And Alabama catches some COVID and they don't play. If they're not able to reschedule that game, is that a forfeit with a W towards State or Ole Miss? I mean, you could have a crazy situation this year where State or Ole Miss or somebody could back their way into the SEC championship game due to COVID cancellations. I mean, you just don't know. Let's see, Sonny says a huge ×3 college teams, blah, blah, blah. I love you, Sonny. It is a great year to be a Mississippi college football fan. Even Southern Miss. You've got something to look forward to. You may end up with, your interim coach may be good, but if not, there's always the excitement of hiring a new coach. And I like Jay Hopson. I hate that ended bad there. I think Jay is a great coach. I think he's got a great future as a defensive coordinator at a major school somewhere, making more money. We like Jay. State, Mike Leach. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin. JSU, Deion Sanders. You got Fred McNair down at Alcorn. I mean, you've got some great coaches, or exciting coaches in Mississippi. We'll see how it all works out on the field. But I'm excited, man. I'm just glad we're having football. I'm glad college is playing. I'm glad high school is playing. I wish JPS was playing. Hate it for those kids. But they got to do what's best for them and their families, I guess. Best for politics. Isn't it funny? This is a little national stuff here, but isn't it funny that I don't think it's any secret that the Big Ten, Pac-12, I don't think it's any secret that they canceled because they were hoping that it would help Donald Trump lose re-election. That they thought it would look bad enough for Trump that football fans would say, oh no, Trump cost us football with his COVID response. We gotta vote for Biden now. A, it's insulting that they think anybody's that stupid. B, could something have backfired any more than it did? I mean, not only did it look terrible for them, they end up rescheduling football after the White House got involved and helped them out with quick testing and all that stuff. Like, nobody fell for that bullshit. First cuss word of the night. I've been doing so good. Nobody fell for that. So, very interesting. But look, I'm going to cut it short. A little Friday nighter here. This is episode 30. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. There's been some good ones. There's been some turds on my end. Can't win them all. Learning how to do this. Y'all be sure to check out the gym at Byram for all of your fitness needs. They're back open 24/7. Full service gym. Family, female, pools, basketball courts indoors, tandem beds, tennis courts, the whole 9 yards. Check out my buddy Danny White, father and a son, Southern Lawn Care. You can give Danny a call at 601-301-3210. Let him help you with all your lawn care needs. Don't forget, next Saturday we're going to be on 103.9 WYAB right here in Jackson, worldwide on WYAB.com. So excited about that. It will end up as a podcast and a stream, and it'll be available everywhere. So if you're not able to listen, it will be up immediately after. But please listen. We need the good ratings. We want to show people that Save Jackson is a force to be reckoned with, and we deserve a 5-6 day a week show. So with that said, y'all have a blessed night. We will be back on at some point this weekend, and looking forward to it, man. How about some football tomorrow? Hell State, Hotty Toddy, Southern Miss to the top, Go Tigers, Roll Tide, all that, but especially Hell State.